But he's been
Okay,
doxing.
To be fair, I may have led Gomez in that direction because that was my perception. I was kind of telling him, Gomez, who are these people who follow you around? Because every time he comes in this chat, Philemon's followed shortly behind, and I know maybe that's not how it is, but that's how it looks to me,
Well, to be fair, I was lurking, and then when I heard Gomez come on panel, that's when I started commenting. So I'm like, this fucking guy. Listen, this guy called me a chomo last weekend, and then he denied doing it. And I pull up the proof. He's like, oh, yeah, so I did that, yeah. Like, he has no fucking,
boundaries.
All he knows is lying. That's all he does.
Right, but it's okay that in his chat, they've got doxing his accounts, wrench, calling people baby rapers, chomos, stuff like that. That's okay and not going to be brought up. And it was just recently, well, let's give him a response. Since it's all okay to do that, let's give him a response. And that's what he's going to go by. That's some omission, lying by omission once again, which is a great training technique that even Mr. Urban Disciples has practiced. Especially with Mr. Kukerate's dark arts training he's got. Whatever, dude. It's weak, dude. Oh, yeah, by the way, I got to get going anyways. I got something to do. But what's interesting is these guys are going to sit here and talk about martial arts training and so forth. Here's the thing. And, somebody's talking, another veteran was talking about this last night. And I agree. I just haven't, brought it up yet. But all these guys that say they got this martial arts training and so forth, black belts, whatever martial arts it is, there's a reason why they don't use that in the military training, okay? There's a big difference. I shouldn't have to explain it, the reason why they don't use a lot of just in the basic training and so forth, right? There's a different type of training there, even within the Coast Guard training that, you are getting trained to defend yourself and have to take someone else out. That training is there. And that's all I'm going to get into it. And it's a little different, okay? So when somebody wants to become your personal stalker, right? Your personal bookkeeper, make sure that my room is clean before I stream from his 24/7 stream, victim stream of Mr. Cox. Here you go. So anyways, yeah, in my personal opinion, all of the martial arts out there, that's why Connor's the con man, and this guy are all about it. And the MMA stuff, you're not getting the same training from the military training. Just gonna keep it, blunt and simple like that. Let's keep going.
Bullshit. And then he's like, people want to do court cases. Excuse me, wasn't your buddy fucking John Davis just trying to get a protection order on Cam from YouTube, a guy that he's never even met over YouTube bullshit? Cuts, you're part of the problem.
That name, John Davis. I keep saying it.
Well, what's interesting is Cam got a restraining order against Vic on some bullshit stuff just because Vic said he was going to go balls deep onto Cam, meaning he's going to dig into his life because he started digging into his, but Cam's the one that needed a restraining order there just because, in my opinion, Vic was an easy target and they needed to prove a point that they'll shut people up just to get, let's say, CCP Tommy taken down or other pred catchers that were on their target list. Now you got this little douchebag involved. He's allowed to grandstand. I get booted. And holy crap, I ran out of time. I got to go do other stuff. So, oh well, whatever they say, it's on the internet. Oh no. Mr. Hurdy Words, call the Purdy Fifi police. Mr. Cox took a little swing at you because you doxed me. And you did some other stuff first, if you want to bring up the first, right? Dox my phone number first. But, oh my gosh, yeah, just paint the picture. Mr. Cox is horrible while I'm too busy to respond again.
This is a murderer that got off for manslaughter. Somehow he had a sweetheart deal. I read out the case stuff.
Oh, yeah. He's going to associate me with every guy that's got something crazy going on, and I'm a part of it and funding it and driving people from state to state. That's what his handler needs to portray.
panels. It's pretty bad. He shot a guy unarmed that was buying drugs from his ex-wife. So he shot him. And now he comes on YouTube and says that he shot a pred when it's clearly not the case. I've got the detective's interview with him, and I've read it. I own it now, and I've read it, and it's bullshit. And Aaron pushes misinformation every chance he can. And, yeah, so here we go. And then I want to know about the whole Vic thing.
See, what I've found in the past, especially with disinformation agents like Scotty, is they don't want the actual either victim statement that was the original victim, even though he might have been the one prosecuted, so forth. Getting people's statements and me publishing them isn't necessarily white knighting for anyone. It's just I don't want to just take what the state has to say and then run with that. I much rather have an interview with the actual person and let them tell their side of the story. And you know, it's not really my decision to make who's right or wrong there. But the main point is I'm not going to cuck out like Scotty Kukerate and just go by what the state says and the detectives say. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. But that's oh my gosh, it's got to be stopped, everybody. Cox has just got to shut up. And hey, you know what? I guess I just will. Shutting up. Have fun with your Saturday morning LARP show.
You know, I have other questions, but I'll mute out. I just want to clarify that Aaron is lying to you when he says that people are stalking him. He is a willing participant. He's escalated this drama. All the people that are involved are gone except for me and fellow.
I see he's leaving out that he dropped my phone number first on his stream after bitching out. He kept bitching out, becoming a bigger bitch with the doxing accounts and so forth. And then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I'm the bad guy again. Oh, after I get doxed, and I start swinging back. Here, let's listen to that again real quick.
Is lying to you when he says that people are stalking him. He's a willing participant.
Okay, so DeCone coming to Arizona and saying that he's got footage, drone footage of my house, an arsonist that had been charged but not convicted for some reason, saying he's going to come to my house. He's got this drone footage. He was standing behind me in a store, and he was going to hit me from behind. And that's what that's the type of guys. These guys are coming from behind, not waiting till I'm starting like the weed eater or the chainsaw or something. I'm bent over. They come up from behind. There's a different training going on there, and people are trying to warn you, especially myself. You can have your LARP show all day, but once you get around me, you're trying to get around me to hit me from behind like puss bags like this would, trying to bury people in the desert, and they gotta be threatened until they shut up. Get anywhere near me, I will give you knockout number 9. It's not a threat. It's not even a promise. I'm just saying, don't chance it like DeCone. You might get a blown engine before you even get here.
Escalated this drama. All the people that are involved are gone except for me and Fellowmon and fucking Aaron.
Okay.
Or Tux. Sorry for my language. Gomez. But yeah. So I just want to let you know he's lying to you. And I'm kind of a good character witness because I've been around for this shit. So, you know, it's fine. He'll lie. He'll say it.
See how it's got to go from a Saturday morning LARP show to these people are liars. Oh, it's all about lying. Oh my gosh. LARP it up before it becomes illegal, because shitbags like this with the 24/7 victim stream from, oh, Mr. Cox, and then he's got a grandstand, and then Hoax Wars. Oh yeah, come on, grandstand. I booted him for you, Scotty. I booted him. And he's not gonna press him. And this guy's all, you didn't press Hoax Wars hard enough. Right? You were up there. You were just, you know, doing it easy. But this guy, I even tell him, hey, dude, that's the guy that said, hey, right? You didn't press, but he's up there grandstanding. Not once did I mention my channel names or try to drop promotion. He's up there to have a Saturday morning LARP show. Liars.
Is Christian your name, or are you a
No,
Christian?
I'm Scotty. I'm Scotty Karate, more commonly.
Oh, you didn't know that.
I stream on Eagle Fang.
It seems, see, Grandstand, White Knight. I call him Scotty Kukerate because he really cucks out to a lot of just, oh my God, pull his string, and they'll just keep pulling his string even though he's a weed eater with bad gas in it. Oh my gosh, now I gotta go.
King of Hearts is also one of my channels. With the evidence with the John Davis detective interview, I've actually read that out with my girlfriend. But anyways, yeah, I'm kind of a long-time YouTuber. I've been around. I know about the Thomas shit. Tresh. I've been around before. You know, I knew Tresh longer than I knew Angela G, and I've known Angela G and Monograph. I'm pretty competent in all this bullshit. So.
Hey, this guy, Scotty, he either went and got a new microphone, or he knows if he starts talking loud or starts yelling, it'll fart out and be blown. But I think, you know, just like Telly, you tell him, hey, you guys got really shitty microphones for wanting to battle and stuff like that, right? You might want to step it up a notch, and then they do. That's good. So I think if he raises his voice, you'll hear that, right? You'll hear that from his blown microphone being blown from him having to yell and control the narrative. But he is calm as shit right here. Now that he's got the floor, right? Doesn't have me, you know, there to interrupt. Just like finding bench warmers, they sideswipe you. Oh, and we got the goods. And okay, you got the goods here. We'll shut him up for you. Not go, hey, man, you come in here sideswiping before this guy, like, tries to, you know, say all this bullshit about you and you get overtalked and muted and dumped. You got anything to say? I'd be like, yeah, if you want to believe his bullshit, go ahead. But, you know, he's going to overtalk me and run a, you know, 20, like, yard goalpost and all this shit all the way around the burning bush and shit like that. Right? And that's for some reason, it's not taking slaps at Hoax like you're supposed to there, Scotty. I mean, I don't know why all of a sudden he gets platformed and grandstanded. And I get tossed, banned, dumped. I'm like, oh, this should be interesting. Just like, yeah, right now, interesting.
Fiona in Australia.
Yeah, not joking.
I have too much time on my hands. I'm a pool guy, so like when I'm alone at work, I'll like go on YouTube. So it gives me like a good amount of ability to absorb this bullshit, to be honest. But
yeah.
So what do you know? So you know about the Thomas stuff?
Oh, I know all about Thomas stuff. Yeah. Well, not all about it, but I know enough to make me wish I didn't. But and I know you are very you apologize for Thomas, which is another issue, but we don't have to talk about that now.
No, bring it. Like, let's hear it. Well, I mean, you've got an issue with me. Like,
I don't have an issue. I'm just saying, I think it's funny that you white knight for the guy who's got a checkered history. You know that's going to obviously come with some blowback, right? So,
yeah, I get that, but I mean, he's just like the amount that he's freaking accused of shit. I mean.
But it's over 20 years. He said
like,
this to
like
shadow monster. You know what I mean? Like he,
to shift the balance a tiny iota, like he deserves to be man of the year. Like, jeez.
Well, maybe. I'm just saying. I know I got involved looking into the cicada thing, probably back like 2017, 2018, and with all Defango, Lestat.
Oh, this Spirit Destiny.
Cool. Spirit, yeah, I know about the Spirit Destiny and all this bullshit, yeah. So, but it's been funny, but like years later, like really, we're still going around in circles.
Yeah, that's right. All of it.
Well, what did Thomas ever freaking do bad? Like, he has stuff in his past. I mean, I don't hold that against people. Like, I try not to. But why don't you like him, Scotty?
I don't personally have a problem with him. I'm just saying I know that
he tricking people. You think he drove Pavana to the mental hospital?
No, Aaron's just he makes no sense about that type of stuff. But I don't really believe that Thomas drove her. Like she may have been a willing participant. Slash, there may have been a few factors that.
Wow, so that's interesting how he's got to skirt away from the frequencies being used that weren't being used that Lestat said, but we got clips. Otherwise, the frequencies are being used in a monaural, which should have been a binaural because they're still such stupid asses. They can't figure it out. But that's something good to press this guy on to figure out what they, need to figure out. So, wow. It doesn't make sense. A woman that ended up in the hospital after being exposed to some, let's say, unsourced frequencies and music and so forth. But that's not important. That's why they got Scotty there to platform and help move the goalpost around a little bit more quick so some of the detail is hidden, in my opinion.
Into that, I'm sure.
And they say
go
that,
back on
right?
that.
Like,
There you go.
Ivana to the mental hospital?
No, Aaron's just he makes no sense about that type of stuff. But I don't really believe that Thomas drove her. Like she may have been a willing participant. Slash, there may have been a few factors that went into that. I'm sure.
and they say that, right? Like, yeah. She's admitted that it wasn't just one thing.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to really get involved in other people's fights unless I'm already involved. So it's like not my business, and I was just kind of watching it. But what I'm saying is that Thomas has a.
Oh man, does he step up for when Puppy Mill Mommy Kimmy needs a backup? Oh, Scotty, you better stop your stream right now, right? Look at what Cox wrote in the chat. God. Okay.
History, whether it be DeFango, Lestat, Tretch, of these people, YouTubers that he has problems with. Not to mention, I guess, his music, wedding.
And they're left unresolved, which is the bigger issue, right? It drags it on. And it's okay for him to ignore it because then he doesn't have to deal with it. But look at the mess it's leaving behind. I mean,
But Tretch, Lestat, DeFango, these are like the worst. When you look into who these people are, they're not anyone that you can like.
But there's a
not
pattern,
reliable
right?
narrators.
and they're not. And I don't trust them either. But there's a pattern for that kind of person, isn't there?
Yeah, I've just been watching because, like I said, I'm bored at work and stuff. So, unfortunately, some of it did cross over into my personal life with the LARPing had crossed over. So I became kind of part of it, but that was a different LARP than this whole thing, So.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to call out that like Aaron's lying to you to your face, like he will, countless times. And I mean, here's the deal. Aaron, what really bothered me, I was standing by and listening to Aaron's bullshit, kind of rolling my eyes for years. But now when he tried to join the Pred catcher community after his past with Rex A. Fredrickson, and now he's lying very insanely about it, I couldn't stay quiet. I had to be like, Aaron, I don't think this is a good idea, especially with your track record. And then he went on the offensive with me, and we've kind of had a battle for the past couple of months, but probably since like October, September. But honestly, I've been watching this guy, and he's been annoying for years. So have fun with him.
It seems like someone who's just taking it all in, like playing along with it, all right.
Can you say that again?
See, it doesn't sound like he enjoys playing into it all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He comes here for his own. He acts like, oh, I'm on other places on the internet. No, he's here pushing bullshit all week long, morning, noon, and night, and he's weird. So, and he's a liar. So I just generally don't keep those people close to me like that, and or keep them at arm's distance at least.
Well, they're literally more than arm's distance anyway.
Right. Right. But it's he's only in Arizona and he's talking about fighting. I mean, I've been in these countless James Dean monograph fighting. I've seen all these fake LARP fights, and I've had due to my martial arts history, people always challenge me to fighting. Never does it come to anything. And Aaron's one of these fake fight LARPers, basically. And then when I said, motherfucker, I'll come to Arizona for my birthday and fight you, then he's like, no, I'm a cameraman. And, he'll move the goalpost. It's his favorite quote. So, he's not about that life. He's talking about knocking me out and all this shit, but he won't even have a food fight with me. Honestly, he's kind of insane. And I question if he's not, I don't think he's really paid. I think he's just mentally deficient, to be honest. But not being mean. I'm just being honest. I'm trying to justify it. Like, how could you be so crazy?
The internet. It is what it is. Just it is what it is.
And you threaten physical violence against them?
No,
no.
that's illegal. Yeah.
You guys ever notice that there's always still, like, in some of these LARPland fantasy panels and shit like that, there is, like, an Australian there to be, like, the yes man in a sense. Or help, keep things on the surface to suss some things out. You know what I'm saying? Don't go too deep in that one subject, or else you're going to be going down a rabbit hole and become a conspiracy theorist. Just keep things on the surface here. Grandstand, talk about your wrenches, and oh my gosh, I got way better shit to be doing right now. I'm not even listening.
I didn't really. He was like talking shit to me. He came on my panels a few times and was kind of like, one day I lost internet and he was like heckling my guests. And imposing.
Oh, after they'd already been doxing me and shit like that, right? And their sock accounts that you got wrenched, doxing people's addresses, calling them chomos and baby rapers. That's okay. That's all okay. Make sure that part doesn't get talked about, right? Especially when your little buddies want to have little pissing matches with me, like keeping track of scores and so forth in my comments section, so I make you look stupid and sound stupid in music. And it's been years later. Can't give it up. They're gonna figure out what color chonies I'm wearing today.
This was probably like I don't know, a little over a year ago and stuff like that. And then he
now
was
it's a cry
shade
fest
for a while, and I've been biting my tongue, so I'm like, all right, dude, gloves are coming off.
So he doxes my phone number.
He was talking about all this shit that I'm a pussy and I won't fight. So I was like, motherfucker, I'll bury you. I'll fucking, like, honestly, I'm a brown belt, 2 stripes in jiu-jitsu.
I said he couldn't fight Eric Shilkerson. Why haven't you fought Eric Shilkerson? You need to fight other people, but you got all these fights in front of you. Why don't you clear your list first? And if you get anywhere near me or my house or out in public, like Dacone said, you're all part of it. See, Scotty, if you don't know, he's just the next bench warmer to try to take a swing at Mr. Cox for Yaks, because Yaks failed. And don't even mention trying to win and all of his crew. They've all failed. So it went from Yaks, more recent, to 2020-19 era, right, where he failed, his crew failed by trying to get Mr. Cox destroyed. So Tony had to take his swings. That didn't work. Then it was Dacone. He blows his engine. That didn't work. Eric Shilkerson, I'm coming to Arizona. Well, just don't flip lit cigarette butts out your window like you do at home. Right? He doesn't come. This guy, he's coming. I'm coming to Arizona now. Bench warmer after bench warmer after bench warmer. Get anywhere near me, you might get knockout number 9. That's what I've been saying. Don't want to fight anybody. The reason why both this guy, Scotty Kukerate, and Eric Shilkerson want to fight me is because when they said they were going to fight, I said I would film it. Now they both want to fight me. You see what's going on here?
Because he did Aikido. Like, it's not going to be fair.
Yeah, but I mean, on social media, I mean, surely that can't take.
Oh yeah, I was just drunk talking shit, but I'm not going to put up with shit from this fucking faggot, degenerate, fucking pencil neck, Bundy, Phil LARPer. Like, fuck that.
Wow. I think with his weak little martial arts bullshit, whatever you want to call him, dark arts, whatever he's studying, his pool boy chemicals that he's snorting all the time, you got to listen to this guy. Because, I don't know, John, I wonder if John has any type of military training. It seems like he might with his rationale sometimes.
carrying water for this guy for years, condoning his bad behavior with Beware Mouse.
They needed me in their little LARP show with Yaks, and because they split off with Fellowmon, and they wanted to have LARP shows, and they needed somebody there to have some freaking LARP shows with. And I wanted to have LARP shows. I knew that they already tried to make me their lapdog a year before. Even Scotty Kukerate kind of came in and, we're all the A-team. Let's make some LARP show videos. Right? I'm like, I like doing shows. I like to play some samples. We got some samples of all of you guys sounding funny, and let's put it to music and dead spots and have fun with it. And oh my gosh, years later, super fan club Saturday morning. Get rid of the guy that actually, has the Saturday morning shows so they can have their LARP show and GrandStanding platform bullshit dumbed down fantasy world. Now I really gotta go. I'm out.
LARPer, like fuck that. And I've been carrying water for this guy for years, condoning his bad behavior with Beware Mouse, and not condoning, but like, well, he apologized, but now he starts lying about it and like lying to get out of a lie, and that depends on what stream he's on, which variation of the lie he'll tell. There's a few different, but I can't keep my mouth shut, like, because I know damn well what happened because I was there. Here's the problem. I got an internet dating thing, which you never should do with a weirdo. Well, I shouldn't say you never should do, but I should not have done. And that girl was close with Aaron, so that's how I know way too much about Aaron. And now he's trying to lie. And now that I've actually made fun of him recently, he's changed his whole narrative, and he tries to say I'm a chomo and all this stuff. So I thought it was funny that when you kicked him off for calling people a pred, after you just talked about not calling people preds with no evidence for 2 hours, he comes on and does. He's like, well, I wasn't here. I mean, he'll always have a story. But
that was out of control.
You've been practicing that.
But John, our friend here, he's a brown belt, has MMA in his name.
And Christian.
When he talks about challenging someone to a fight, it's not the same as me or you having one too many. Oh, I'll fight you, and let's step outside.
No. He challenged me and said I was a pussy.
This guy's a trained killing machine.
Not really. I'm a lover, not a fighter. No. I'm just. What I'm saying is, Aaron, if he was going to talk about fighting,
Nicolas Cage in fucking what's that?
What happened?
Con Air. He's not Nicolas Cage in Con Air, mate. He doesn't get charged for being a fucking weapon. Doesn't work like that.
There's a big difference between someone who knows the least bit about self-defense and people who don't.
Oh, there is in reality,
a brown belt,
legally.
Average brown belt,
legally.
Like a brown belt versus the average citizen. I mean,
yeah, but not legally.
You get the point. You get the point. But the point is, Gomez is challenging him, right?
Yeah, he's brought up the idea about fighting me, so I was like, all right, let's fucking go. But
yeah, but I mean, I didn't take that serious. He said it. I sort of took that as a fucking bit of a joke, anyway. You know what I mean? I wouldn't take that serious not from him.
Yeah, I'm known to being kind of an internet hothead. So I'm just playing back with the weirdos that talk shit. Like, I don't do it for no reason. And I've got a plethora of people that have tried to play this card with me. So I'm always like, let's fucking go. And then they want to be cameramen and shit like that. So it's fine. I'm not really worried. I don't really think, and then even Tretch, here's an example. Tretch called me out to a fight, but then he accuses me of challenging him to a fight. So many people have said it, but mostly I just respond. People have accused me of starting fights, but I don't get in the habit of fighting on the internet.
It is. Like, I get holding your ground and shit. Like, we're all guys, probably worse than the women. Although, from what I've seen from some of the women, but yeah, sometimes you just got to be able to walk away. You know, Tretch can't even get out of his chair, bro.
That's what you were saying, right? Tretch wants to fight you?
Previously he did. I think that ship had passed. He was kind of like, when things went south with my quote unquote YouTube relationship, he chose her side, so to speak. He was kind of white knighting for her. And
you, Kerry.
Not for Carrie, different one this time. But I know Carrie. I know all about that.
Are you and Jack in the same weight class?
Probably. I used to fight at like 145, 155, but now I'm walking around at like 185. So I don't.
What would be your approach with a guy like Tretch? Would you try to take him down? Would you keep it standing?
I guess it would probably dictate off of the scenario. I'm pretty well versed in both.
The better skill is to be able to walk away from it, not losing, and no one fucking fights, right? There's a way to learn how to do it. I'm sure you know.
He's being challenged. He's not even trying to fight. They want to fight him.
No, I know that. He knows what I mean.
Well, we'll say there's such a thing as a lucky punch. So if you're going to go by that, then generically we know Tretch doesn't know jiu-jitsu. So obviously it would be smarter for me to
stand up.
Yeah, because anyone can get tagged with a lucky punch, but there's no such thing as a lucky suspicion. You know what I mean? So it would be wise to take him down on anyone that doesn't know jiu-jitsu. It's kind of not fair, really. So that's why I don't really pick on people. But when faggots like Aaron are like, yeah, let's go, talking shit, like, dude,
but it also gives you an opportunity to do what you do too. Like, you know, I get that. Like, it gives you the opportunity to ramp up. To get it out of your system sometimes too, not physically. Do you know what I mean? When you've got someone you know you can just fucking have a go at, it gets it out of your system sometimes. You know, and I get that.
Yeah, and I come here for fun. I'm kind of a dick, and I come here for fun. I mean, I can't really condone all my online behavior, but what I'm saying is, it's mostly good shit talk, and it's the people that deserve it. That if I talk shit to you, you probably deserve it.
How long have you been training, Christian Crypto?
Oh, just so you know, that's a Clerks 3 reference. That's why I kind of use it. I've been training since like the late 90s.
Okay. And, well, to John's point, did you, once you get to a certain point, you're at a brown belt. Once you get to a certain point, you realize you are, you could handle yourself more than 99% of the public. Is it kind of like how when you have a gun, like you're...
But the discipline's meant to come with the training, right? The better you get, the less
that's what I'm saying.
You should need to use it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that comes part and part. Well, it should. It should.
Yeah, you can kick everyone's ass. So do you still have the same road rage as some, person who's...
Well, yes and no. The more you're training, the less likely you're going to fight someone in the street if you're if you're training hard.
Yeah. You have nothing to prove, for one.
Plus you have the confidence that comes with it that people pick up on, usually, too, in a real fight.
Yeah, I live in SoCal, so, we lead the world in road rage, actually. We're number one.
That's pretty good known, I guess.
So, people have got guns, so I don't really think it's smart fighting over road rage. It's, you want to do it, but it's risky. It's risky, right?
Yeah, it is.
Right. De-escalation is what they always teach you. I mean, it's hard to remember that, but...
Yeah, and I don't really, like I said, I'm not here really to fight YouTubers. I don't think any of these people are really going to fight me, to be fair. They just say...
And they're the same, but sometimes you just got to think of it. It's like, they're 99% of them on the same level you are, right? They don't really want it. They just want to talk their shit, too. You know, they just want to get it out of their system, too.
It would be cool if we could get Keemstar to arrange a LARPer fight night. Gomez, are you up for that? If we could get Keemstar for a sizable purse for you and Christian here?
I'm wondering if you're gonna drop this piece of shit off and let me have my 5 minutes.
I'll mute out for more than 5. I'll mute.
No, drop him out like you did me, Hoax. Drop him out.
All right. I removed
Mortal
the
Kombat
Right?
backstage. So I did
Because
him.
that's what he'll do. Is he'll swing with bullshit, and then you platform and let him grandstand. And he's the one that said I didn't press you hard enough.
Okay. You know, I'm just taking in what he's saying. I'm not saying that I'm believing everything he's saying. I'm taking all the information.
I don't believe
Right,
either.
but that's what they do is they come in, they sideswipe or rear end you to grandstand. Now, what he's not going to tell you is that he doxed my phone number, which he started something he doesn't realize actually what he did. He even got the cops called on him the other night. You got the cops called on you, dude.
Okay, is there any way to reel this back in? Because you guys have not been fighting for that long, right? It's been a few months.
You got the ball rolling by doxing my phone number first, you shitbag. By pussing out, being too pressed, trying to grandstand, and so you can say all these virtue signaling words and shit.
Really need to get up to this.
Hold on, let me finish. So when this motherfucker says he's gonna come to Arizona or something like that, and I say, dude, you get anywhere near me, I'll give you knockout number 9, is not picking a fight after this piece of shit's already doxed me, and his little handler bitch has threatened to sue me and said that I hide pedophiles. Yeah. So you want to dox what I did is he doxed my phone number, so I doxed his phone number back on some glory holes, take pictures, and use them as thumbnails.
Okay.
That's what I'll do back. You want to dox me? By accident or not, Scotty, want to dox my phone number? I'll fucking come back at you.
Okay. Gomez, you seem angrier than him.
You let these fuckheads and you platform them and you dump me?
He was trying to talk and you kept...
Yeah, because I was gonna say this shillbag here is gonna throw out a bunch of lies when we're just trying to have some fun.
Well, I figure you get to take a turn to talk, and he does, and then people can decide for themselves. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Right, but do you want to let a shitbag like this just sideswipe your show? And that's what he did. He came in and sideswiped it so he can grandstand.
Sideswipe so he can grandstand?
He says Christian, you're any detective.
Dude, this guy says he's a Christian, but I got clips of him hailing Lucifer and shit. He's all, "Hail Lucifer," right? It's stupid, dude.
So far, he has voluntarily muted and allowed you to speak and he's been polite. So, would you like a rebuttal, MMA?
No, I'm not looking for a debate or a rebuttal from this low-level amateur.
Okay, Hail Satan is also a Clerks 3 reference, as is Christian Crypto Club, but you have to see the movie. So. And I get that Aaron hasn't, so he's missing the nuance. I told him to, but he won't listen.
Yeah, no, okay, would you do that in front of your pastor?
Yeah, I'll do it because it's fucking funny.
Well, you must go to a bullshit church.
There's a little bit of a story behind it.
I would challenge your pastor if you walked into the church and you go, "Oh, loser for the church," and he's cool with that, I would question your church you go to. As a
church off.
Well, if Lucifer is the devil, the Bible doesn't say it, and we've had this conversation, but
No, we haven't had a conversation because you don't know how to have a conversation. This guy thinks he's a Christian that believes in the trilogy, not the Trinity.
I misspoke. I said that this guy called me an intercontinental terrorist because I live in California.
Good job.
Cool.
Okay, that's why.
Speaking of misspeak, I misspoke. I've been hitting the head a lot.
Have your grandstanding show with Hoax Wars. Have fun with your grandstanding show. Hoax, thanks for dumping me again.
I didn't. Wait, I didn't.
And it gets low level from here. And then I bail. I got other shit to do. Have fun.
All right, guys. See you around.
Rage quit.
Copy.
So now what's all this Luciferianism stuff? MMA. I went to bat for you, and now I'm finding out.
I'm not really. Like I said, have you seen the movie Clerks 1?
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Clerks 2?
I don't remember. Probably.
What about Dogma?
I'm familiar.
Dogma's a great movie, but Clerks 3 honestly makes me cry. It's still funny, but like it's actually better than you think, and it's weirdly hard hitting. So don't warn. You don't have to cry, but I weirdly cried when I watched Clerks 3. But it's pretty funny though, nonetheless, and I don't want to spoil it, so you have to see it. If you've seen Clerks 2, you have to watch Clerks. You can't just jump into Clerks 3. You have to watch the progression though.
Is that the new one? Three? Fairly new.
Say that again.
Number 3, is that the fairly new one?
I think it was like 2018 or 20.
Yeah.
Like that.
They're older. Same people, but they're heaps older. Like,
yeah, the weird thing is you watch the age progression. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
And Jay's a crackhead, and Jay looks like the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, he does. Still looks like a creep.
Yeah. So, but anyways, no, and then okay. So I used to work at this bar. This is the funny part where I was cleaning the house last year, and I was wearing this hat I have with a pen. I worked at a bar, and the bar owner has like a bunch of clothing companies. So one of them was Invisible Man, and it has like a pentagram on it. And I'm always sketchy about wearing it. I'm like, this is a good hat, but I don't really want to rock the pentagram hat. But so I'm like, I'll wear it while I'm cleaning the house. And I was wearing it backwards, and I was throwing shit from upstairs to downstairs, just over the stairs, and just throwing stuff down, like cardboard and plastic and stuff I was gonna throw away. Instead of carrying it down, just throwing it. And then I was going to walk down and throw it all away, right? So, but I kind of forgot I had stuff all scattered on the stairs, and I'm carrying this big box downstairs. I step on something and just swoop, and I freaking slam on the back of my head hard. On the, you know what I mean? Boom! And but I had the hat on backwards, the Satan hat on backwards. The back brim, like pushing my head from scratch. I definitely would have got cut, if not knocked out and paralyzed. Like I slammed, I was coming down hot. Anyways, I was like, "Hail Satan!" Because the Satan hat, like, but it's a quote from Clerks 3. But I never.
That's definitely a location thing. You would have had to be there to get that. But I get what you're doing. Yeah.
My girlfriend was here, so I got a witness.
That's fair.
But anyway, yeah, I like select. I don't even like wearing that hat out in public because I'm trying
if you like a hat, wear it. That's what I'm like. Fuck, who cares? You know what I mean? People get really funny about fucking symbols and bullshit. It's like, fuck, come on. It's a fucking hat. You like it, wear it. People won't wear shit because it has something that they really like. You know what I mean? And probably spent good money on because it has some tiny stupid thing on it. Fuck, come on.
Yeah, like I said, it was a quality hat. It was free.
Yeah.
They gave me a bunch of his overpriced clothes for free. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a starving martial artist. So I'll take free stuff,
Free stuff's good.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm not really a Satanist. I call myself more of a cultural Christian because I believe maybe outside the box a little bit from like mainstream Christianity. But I would consider myself. But
then I'll ask you, what's mainstream Christianity now? What is that? Like, try and define it, if you know where I'm going with that. Like, it's all over the place anyway.
Well, there's so many denominations, right?
It's a mess.
Right. But even just like the fact that that we're taught that the world is like 8,000 years. Obviously, it's much older than that. So I don't think you have to believe in the official Genesis narrative to be a Christian or take it literally. Maybe it was meant to be taken symbolically, and stuff like that. So maybe I'm not like your Southern Baptist evangelical or something, but yeah, I do like the stories of Jesus. I like the parables, and even if it's fake, I think it's a good plan to try to be.
I think faith should just be between you and whatever you believe in. It doesn't need to be pushed to other people.
Yeah, I'm not. Like I said.
No, I'm not saying you are. I wasn't implying that. I'm just saying that's how I see it. Like people get all fucking deep,
Aaron's just trying to get me with I got you, Scotty. I have a clip of you saying "Hail Satan," a quote from a movie, and you say you're a Christian. This is like his debate tactics. But I've seen Aaron coming. Like I said, I've known this guy since 2019. I've been wanting to, wish I didn't ever since, At no point he's kind of funny at times, but generally he's more trouble than he's worth, in my opinion. So you guys will find out for yourself. I'm pretty sure you have, but.
Well, we appreciate your input. We have known Gomez longer, so it's not this type of thing where it's like, oh, we've replaced.
We're not a couple, dude. Don't speak for There's no we.
So you knew him before 2019?
No.
Oh, I didn't. No.
I just met him a few months ago.
Okay, well, he's been talking shit about Thomas. That's why I find it funny that he's over here playing nice with you and not really calling, or he's saying like the Thomas, or was he saying the Muffin Man? He vaguely brought it up earlier, but he tries to accuse everyone of being connected with Thomas and paid operatives and all this shit. So I don't know if you know how much shit he talks about.
I think that's his mom. Yeah. I think that's his thing. You know what I mean? I think that's what he's sort of. That's what I got from him. You know what I mean? That's just his angle.
Well, yeah, Gomez and I getting along. Gomez and I getting along, and us going on. It's only been a couple of weeks. It's like an experiment. So far, yeah.
No, I get it, but what I'm saying is when the bullshit starts piling up, I won't. You'll see. I won't be surprised.
Well, it's a choice to let it in. You know what I mean? Like you can just take it for what it's, surface value, whatever the fuck thing's called. It doesn't have to
Why
be.
Why does Gomez make an enemy out of us? Who does he make friends out of? He must have some friends. Why doesn't he want to be friends with us?
He doesn't have many friends. He has do you know who CMN is?
No, I know he's
Seaman.
Vic. He's friends with Vic, and then Vic blocked him. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's Sugar Shine. Many people, anyone that's been friends with Aaron, usually it doesn't end well. It's just kind of his common denominator.
Sugar Shine was friends with
Sugar Shine. With racist for some reason.
I know.
Sugar Shine and Cuts were tight, and he dropped them after
Dave Atkins.
Aaron was cucking to Denise.
What?
Okay,
I'm sorry. Can you say that?
No, just this whole web. But Denise back in this. Aaron, Denise, Sugar Shine, Dave Atkins.
Oh yeah, they're all there. They're all right there.
No.
Yeah, Dave comes in my chat. Sugar Shine hasn't been recently, but when she dropped Aaron, she came in and did a victory
that's
lap.
a woman.
Oh, you're cool with Dave Atkins?
Well, no, everyone. I pretty much wrench everyone except for Shizzle and Gomez because of specific reasons. NCM. A few people lost their wrenches, but I pretty much wrench everybody. So I kind of have a free speech thing going. But I don't block anyone. I just take a few wrenches.
Yeah. Well, as free as it can be speech.
And yeah, it's like 5 people without wrenches. Pretty much everyone else has wrenches. Everybody. Maybe 4.
Just say 5 or round it up. Do you find that wrenching everyone is a good... I know people that do it and some that don't. Do you find that giving everyone the wrench does any different, really, than having none at all?
If you give certain people wrenches and certain people not, trust me, I've done it. It causes more problems. The best thing, give them all wrenches or give none of them wrenches. But I have a 24/7 stream, so people come in and drop links, and I want them to be able to communicate and stuff, and check channels and be able, you know what I'm saying? So, plus, everyone likes to have a wrench, right? So,
the whole wrench thing got a bit out of control too. I think got a little personal to a lot of people. It became more than what it is.
Yeah,
I think it starts a lot of problems.
it's a cat.
that's what I said. Like, having some people without wrenches, trust me, it's chaos. And then people start blocking, and then you get your hangouts. Oh, I got blocked, and you get it.
Yeah.
It's just better not to. And I tell all my people, I say, don't block anybody. Don't block anybody. But I just want to let people know, like, I voted on it, actually. I said, should Gomez lose his wrench? I did a poll. All the people that lost.
He was wrenched.
Yeah, oh yeah, I wrench everybody. And then but the other thing is, he blocks me from his channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm hard blocked. Or like recently he let me back, or he lost his main channel. So his main channel, I had all my accounts blocked on, and he'll come in my chat talking shit. Like last night when I'm at work, he's in there running his mouth about me. It's fine. Like, I don't care. And I tell people, I said, like, don't block him. Like, don't let him go. Let him say what they got to say. I don't care. And I let anyone up on panel, and then Aaron will try to act like I gatekeep and shit like that. It's quite the opposite.
Yeah, right. Like CP suspects. And even Eric Shilkerson, the guy that said you were going to fight.
We all do in a way.
Yeah,
We've got to, Like, if you want to have a channel and you want to keep it, there's certain things you just got to go by. It is what it is. It's, nothing's free. I don't believe anything's free. You should be accountable.
Aaron is, like I said, now calling me a chomo with no evidence and stuff. But I don't really think anyone believes him.
Wow. So when you guys do it in your chat to people, it's okay. So you can scream victim back when somebody does it back to you. And lawsuits and calling the cops, but you get the cops called on you. Wow, okay.
So obviously it's slander. How can I prove financial damages when no one believes a crazy loon?
Right. See, defamation. See, that's what I was saying to someone the other day.
Well, it was actually libel, which he's not going to figure out. Wow. Libel that's already been done to me. There's nothing that happened from that. Not looking to sue or be sued anybody, you guys want to have a LARP show. You already do it to people. It must be okay. When you do it back, all of a sudden, especially when it's okay when Scotty's buddy comes on the panel, LARP or not, right? And says he wants to R little boys in the behind. That's Scotty's buddy. Felomon accuses Scotty Kukerate of being intimate with his students in the dojo. Okay, but that's okay. It gets swept under the rug, but when Felomon has the evidence, he has got the evidence. Then all of a sudden they're all buddies up in the chat here. I showed you earlier in another part. Amazing.
A defamation, you need to prove loss.
Oh, yeah.
There's no...
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Scotty's not going to explain that he is in CMN's chat where they have accused him of being a RSO and other horrible things. So when Scotty goes in there and he wants to participate in the horrible things, and then he himself gets called a chomo, that's libel. Wow. Amazing. There have been videos of CMN that's been made that calling him an RSO when he's not. He's been cleared by a detective. Now from there, it's Cryfest City. No matter how bad the LARP was and all this other stuff that happened, right? And it doesn't matter if you even apologize for, I took that one too far. It doesn't matter. And why would this pred right here need people to apologize for things? Even if they did apologize for it, it doesn't matter. So why does a pred have to control what someone else does? He's got a lot of red flags on him from a long time ago, 2019, where, hey, I'm just having some fun, let's do some shows. But he's been keeping track. Well, maybe he was like third in line from Larpy. Larpy was 2017. He had to keep track of what I was doing, making sure that my room was clean before I'd upload a video, right? Then it might have been Scotty Kukerate there for a little while because, it was too much for Larpy. He even admitted that I was a little too slippery for him and J-Man, which got them to fight, I think. But then, of course, Scotty Kukerate's going to pop up, and all he does is watch like his buddy Mark Connors. They watch. Then they strike. Because they need to grandstand on somebody else's, their perceived misery. Me, I'm just using my mouth hole and hopefully people go, oh my God, these people look fucking stupid. And it might be part of a program. Because it is that stupid, and it does look like a program.
Yeah, even like the Monograph Nick Rekieta thing. Rekieta obviously slandered him, but how can Monograph really prove?
And all Scotty can do is repeat the talking points that I come up with, but twist it around and oh my gosh, right? And you're gonna go around in circles with this guy. That's why I was just like, yeah, you guys have fun.
Damages, so it's,
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh.
It's more kind of like a moral win. Like how much money did you lose?
Yeah.
$10, But whatever. But yeah, I see that Jason and Monty and Agent 19 are back at it. So
yeah,
but it's election season, so this type of thing is normal. LARP.
It's all I hear is soy boy, pool boy in Huntington Beach, Plasticville, with his stupid sounding girlfriend that has no idea about really what this guy's capable of in his past. But we're gonna help keep it bringing out, I guess, for a little while. Maybe I will sign back up for this 5-year next plan will be 5 years or until Scotty Kukerate fights Eric Shilkerson. That's why I hung on for so long. I even offered to film it for him, but no, now they both want to fight me. For some reason, they were all LARPing to begin with. Oh, okay, all right, okay. Professional fighters not fighting. That's what it's come to.
Goodman's a long-time LARPer, charlatan, provocateur.
Oh, he's a douche. Yeah. Yeah.
I love how Aaron's like, I saw him and I got out of Vegas. Like, what a pussy. Like, really?
It's funny the way he says it.
Goodman?
Pretty funny the way he told it. It is funny the way he said it.
Well, Aaron is funny for that. Like, that's why I keep him around, just to hear the
He tells a good story. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's true, but,
And that's why I do throw the truth at them, because sometimes they can't handle it, and this is the results. Oh, yeah, let's have a fantasy show. That couldn't have happened. It did.
Well, Aaron is funny for that. Like, that's why I keep him around, just to hear the
He tells a good story. I'll give him that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's true, but,
Oh, who cares? To me, it doesn't bother me if it's true or not, you know what I mean? It's not hurting anyone. It doesn't bother me.
But Aaron has a cast of cat ladies that surround him that have been fighting. I don't know if he's balls deep.
More cat ladies.
Wow. Great deflection tactic away from the cat ladies that can control Scotty's stream. No one controls my streams. No one comes on my stream and says, Scotty, you better stop everything right now. Look what they're writing in the chat. That's a cat lady handler, yo. That shit don't happen around my parts. And if it happened, it wasn't for very long. Because somebody was trying. They always are trying. Take control of your communications. It's implosion from within. Okay, everybody? Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Seems to be a fucking... Yeah.
Aaron has a harem of cat ladies. And they, like, take each other to court and shit. And then he's like... He befriends these people that take people to court, and then he's like, I don't want to see anyone go to court. But he's like hyping up all the weirdos that do that type of thing. He's like right there, gassing up the flames.
Wow. Great pool boy projection. Hasn't really seen any adversity in his life besides some fights with his buddies and sparring. Not a fight for his life. Not being stripped down and reprogrammed. But hey, you want to believe this guy's dumbed down fantasy about people? It's Saturday morning, I guess. Keep the LARP show going. Start up the circus.
Yes, for not backing down, but wanting to hold moral high ground at the same time. It gets a bit hard when you do that. It's fucking silly.
But
I don't know where this ends. Stupid thing. Social media.
But I will say, Hoax, I was lurking last night. I was doing my last pool, and I was watching
Just last night, he's lurking. That's all he does.
Smiths, and I saw you, the whole Missy thing, I guess. So just to be clear, I mean, you know, and I would say generally, yeah, you should. I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but I'm saying anytime you get involved in like domestic violence conversations, you kind of set yourself up for that a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Listen.
And then, but basically, when she said, you know, I don't want to be identified as a victim, you probably should just be like, okay, well, I mean, again, I'm not telling you what I would have done. Like, I'm sorry for. I can see why.
It's a great way to not talk about Gary Hunt and Mark Connors for sure.
Did it, Hoax, but when she reframed it, you probably should have just been like, okay, that's cool, and then not like.
You went over it like 50 times, bro. You kept saying it, and it was not helping you each time, man. It was funny.
Oh no! So I wouldn't.
Like
even
everyone knew. I don't think there was anyone in that situation that didn't know what you meant. It was totally turned into something. Like I said before, like sometimes they need a monster to just yell at, right? They got to get it out, and it's you were just the one there.
Shit. I missed
next time, just make fun of Gomez. You're better off.
Alright.
But no, what I'm saying is this guy is being very disingenuous. If you're friends with Thomas, this guy slanders Thomas all the time with not really much evidence.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the court case records that I put out and so forth that I told Hoax he should check out with Project Oasis. Yeah, he does. Wow. But that's okay, right? Here, let's go back. I like that reaction.
What I'm saying is this guy is being very disingenuous. If you're friends with Thomas, this guy slanders Thomas all the time with not really much evidence.
Wow, there's that slander again. Might be libel, but it's not when you're presenting court case record. But he goes by the court case record. He's got to go by the court case record. Not what, you know, the either culprit, victim, whatever, just go by the court case record. But when I do it, it's slander, libel. Well, oh my gosh. One more time. I love it. And listen to Hoaxy's response.
What I'm saying is this guy is being very disingenuous. If you're friends with Thomas, this guy slanders Thomas all the time with not really much evidence.
Yeah.
He'll falsely characterize people as like government workers, and we're all, you know.
That comes down to us believing people without proof in the end, doesn't it? So if your standard's going to be that low where you just listen to every cunt that comes along, then you kind of deserve what you get. You know what I mean? That's where we're at. People need to start.
Right. Even though some of the court case record shows that Mr. Muffin Man admits that he, you know, to a business partner that he is involved in some black ops, you know, possibly in insinuating that there might be some military either ties or something like that, and you know, some other things there that you know, martial arts himself, right? But you know, as a veteran, that you don't really depend on much martial arts. It's It's a different type of training. To give this guy a knockout number 9 if he gets anywhere near me. Okay, just saying.
Getting a bit of proof of some shit.
Right.
Yeah, well, evidence isn't really Aaron's good cucks or Gomez. He's not really good at.
Not a lot of people's, mate. To be honest, it really isn't.
That's
people are generally
and
really
that's exactly why they don't want people to watch the channels. He's lining up the clips of people talking their bullshit, and then showing some of the court case record. I mean, even there was court case record I think dropped recently in one of my community posts. They're not doing that. The only court case record he's going by is John Davis's, and going by it like it's solid, without wanting to hear the other side's story or repeating. He's lurking, he's watching, but he's not repeating what they're saying for some reason. Well, this is what he says. This is what's on the court record. No, he's going by the court record. So let's go by the court record then. But in a Saturday morning LARP show, no, we can't be going by that there, huh, Hoax? Strike number 2, Hoax. Done.
And I love it. He's like, well, the evidence was on my channel. I could probably, I did present the evidence 5 years ago on a channel that doesn't have anything on it, but I could, he'll be like his awards. If you ask him about his awards, he's like, yeah, I showed it like 6 years ago.
I made a video probably a few months back addressing the same type of shit with Dank Williams, and made a video just maybe a few months back. Wow, see, and that's to keep me engaged and unlocking videos. So they have videos to strike to try to get me to go away.
And he tries to muddy the waters with that shit.
Right.
He told us about his confined space.
Yeah.
He was joking, but it was funny, but
international producer. So he'll say, like, I'm an award-winning movie producer, and if you watch his videos, they suck. You're like, really? What award did you win?
Right. Malibu was also in that same loop for some reason. I wonder if Scotty is continuing on her work of needing to find these things out. Because it's not just a movie, it was for editing, it was for broadcasting, many things, even showed those, and the evidence is even on his channel of me showing awards and so forth, even when Turtle Boy's ex-boyfriend Brett wanted to have that type of a pissin' match, and I show mine, but he can't show his, but he wanted me to show mine. And then he would show his. And he doesn't show his for some reason. Isn't that amazing? Probably because his little podunk community bullshit doesn't stand up to international. Just saying. But hey, that's why I feed him sometimes the real shit, so that it keeps him on loop like this. I love it. I'm more entertained than these guys are, though. That's the thing.
He'll say, like, I'm an award-winning movie producer, and if you watch his videos, they suck. You're like, really? What award?
Oh yeah, because you know what? I'm not gonna put out like good original music for you guys to go, it sucks. Because already, no matter what you put out, it's not good enough. It's not there. It doesn't exist. The evidence and court case record doesn't exist. And they, even if you put out a really good song, they'd probably try to get your channel struck down anyway, so they can go, oh yeah, his music sucks. Don't watch him. What a loser!
Like, I can't make like Hoax. You're more talented than Gomez by far. You know?
But they might not suck to him. You know what I mean? He's probably put a lot of effort in, and you see that a lot. People put a lot of effort in, so to them it's a big deal. You know what I mean? Whether you like them or not, you know, I get it.
It doesn't take much to go to Olive Garden and put on camera what you're eating for that night, and then call yourself a content creator when you upload it. Or go to a Tool concert and put the, name Tool in your title so you get a bunch of hits and clicks, and you're still in Nosebleed, okay? Just saying, and it sounds stupid, but it'll get you a bunch of hits and clicks so you can call yourself a content creator, and then go and tell everybody else their videos suck. When, they're not going to bring up, like, the in Anunnaki City videos. That video series, I thought it was actually some pretty good production in those with original music. Oh my gosh. Right? But hey, you know, they're there for a LARP show. They're not going to show any court record or talk about that.
Rubbish too.
Right.
And then he
Love
says
it.
like he's a DJ, and even if you watch his streams, he'll play like 2 different music.
No, I'm not ever really been a DJ except for when I was being paid to do it a long time ago for a few year stretch to make some money. I've always been a recording artist or a production artist or you know, whatever else I wanted to become instead of just a DJ in these guys' dumbed down little LARP fantasy world.
That's like not synced up, and it just drives me like insane when I hear that.
Technically constitutes a DJ. Maybe that does. That's funny.
Well, then you ask him, he doesn't have any turntables, because I told him like, oh, I just got a new Technics, because I sold my Technics.
Nobody
So
has.
wait a minute. So you got to have turntables to be a DJ, but he's gonna white knight for OG Juan Cannoli playing on his little Tonka truck setup, right? With OJM playing Tonka trucks, saying they're DJs, their pinkies in the air. Serious, it's just like it's like playing mashup little race cars and shit like that. Wow, incredible. They're not ever gonna DJ their own music and put it in mixes. That's for sure.
Turntables anymore?
I do.
It's all on.
I
Oh, do
do,
you?
bro.
Hey. Yeah, fair enough.
And but no, then I asked him, I said,
See,
"Gosh,
he says turntables like it's plural when it's singular. He's got one, and he's got 2 other little beginner turntables that he needs cartridges for. But all of a sudden, he's a DJ with 1 turntable. All right.
oh, well, you got text, right? He's like, no, I don't. And then like, so whatever. But he's like, Scotty's. As soon as I got a turntable, which is pretty recent, he's taken on the offensive, like, Scotty thinks he's a DJ. And I scratched like a little bit, like on live or whatever.
Well, he's the one that says he's played some gigs and got some, you know, event flyers that he could show, but he's not going to show. But once I show my event flyer, yeah, hey, look, I was hired out for an event. Came in and played a couple of my originals, tried to DJ on my setup that was a mobile setup, and had a blast. Oh my gosh, there's the flyer for it. Even in another state. Oh my gosh, all the way over in Florida. Holy shit. Being hired out, being put on a flyer. Where's his, since everybody needs to be these grand DJs and shit like that, right? Holy crap.
He's 40 years old trying to scratch, but honestly, I scratched in like teenage years. I put that shit away. And now that I'm like 40, I'm just bringing him back out. And, you know.
It was weird the first time I saw a fucking DJ bring out 2 iPods, sorry, instead of fucking, you know what I mean? That was weird.
Yeah. I'm looking to get like a new digital controller right now. I was going to get a 2-channel one, but
Because he's got to be better than Mr. Cox at what he does. Oh, that's what drives people, and I love it. It's part of the training to keep some of these idiots on their toes. And, you know, maybe the eyes to the sky instead of I know somebody else used to say that, but that's just what came to mind, right? Instead of head down into your iPod DJing in your bedroom that you needed to paint for a really long time and needed to build up this studio for the last since 2019, and you're going to get Cox. Oh, I'm going to get him now. You wait till I get my studio done. I'm going to get you. I'm retired. Have fun. Oh my gosh, who cares?
He just came out with a 4-channel one Super Bowl weekend for like $1,700.
See, this is his loop. They don't want me to go personally into anything that I talk about unless I'm incriminating myself and they can possibly use as charges to call the cops against me. It's the only time they're going to let me talk. Otherwise, I'm going to be dropped off panels, booted, muted, you know, banned out of the chats. I'm telling you, it's a great life on these YouTube streets. Just trying to get your voice out as, you know, as a veteran, right? Here's some of my stories. I'm retired, but not with veterans and Operation Vigilant Eagle in process and progress and existence. And
my preferred brand.
These guys don't give a shit about
You
that.
can use it.
I'll probably
I guess the money's worth it, if you're going to use it.
Well, for $1,600 for 4 channels is pretty good considering
Oh
like
my
one
God.
Technics is like $1,400 right now. Like they used to be like $400, $500.
Don't call you, and this is his excuses, in his ramblings too. But I'm a DJ, but I'm not, because he's trying to walk through. When I blast him for his one Techniques turntable, they're too expensive. Well, you've been saying for the last 4 years you're gonna go get another one for the last 4 years. But you're gonna take the title as DJ. See, you want a pissin match, but when it comes down to the pissin match, once again, I'm the one that gets banned, booted, muted.
Back in the 90s, they're like, yeah, $1,400 now. So for that money, you can get like a lot of more advanced stuff. Not that the techs aren't good, but they're pricey. You get a few guns for that price. Get a TS-12. Sorry, I'm in the market to get a TS-12. Do you know what that is? Or are you? You might not know.
Oh my God! Shut up, dude.